Slight detour. You're a motorcycle guy, right?
Why?
Well, we had...
Triumph motorcycles, right?
Oh,
Is it
it's an affliction.
Yeah, okay.
Classic,
because,
and it's not just any.
I Am More Than My ET had asked us earlier, what is your top motorcycle that you've ever had? And we also had a question from Jeff Plavier. Have you ever gone cycling in a kilt?
Aye. I just did the DGR, the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, and the whole thing about it is you're raising awareness for prostate cancer and men's mental health, but you've to do it dapper. So you want to get your tweeds on and all that carry on, and a lot of people do turn up in tweed suits and whatnot, and they look fantastic, But me being who I am, being displaced Scotsman kicking about America, I said, well, I've got to wear the kilt, haven't I, So, in fact, it was someone else. It was my best friend, Big Mark Reed. He said to me, well, you better wear a kilt. And I went, that's it. I've got to wear the kilt now, And I remember doing it first, and you're on the motorbike, and the wind does catch it, so you've got to sit your sporran just right, and it tends to blow away up here at the side.
Under?
You try everything, but the wind catches it, and then you're showing your whole thigh and part of your arse cheek. It's quite the sight and education for anyone that's standing on the side of the road waving as you all go by. And they're looking at all these motorcycles, and then an arse cheek goes by. But it's a wonderful feeling, and I love to represent the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride in my kilt. I do believe I've seen a lot of social media out there for the DGR, and I haven't seen anyone else riding in their kilt. So
no one else crazy enough to do it.
Maybe.
Now, aren't you concerned? Apparently not. But wouldn't you be concerned about the fabric getting caught in the wheel in the back, or getting caught on a nub on the tire or something, and just kind of grabbing at it and ripping it?
It doesn't tend to do that. It tends to, you're sitting on a good bit of it. Obviously you're
right.
It's like you're sitting on a normal seat. You want to keep the back of your kilt under your backside. So it just tends to be these side bits that'll flap about, and they're out the way of like a chain or anything like that. So you're all right there. But again, you don't want to let that in your head. Don't let any of that in your head, or you're going to play with your ride. Just get on it with confidence.
So you're not in the dress for the slide, not the ride mentality.
I do when I'm normally out riding.
Right.
I always wear jeans, usually a set of Kevlar jeans kicking about. I've always got a top on, always got a jacket on, always wear gloves, always wear a helmet. And I know there's certain states in this country where you don't need to. New Hampshire, that state motto, live free or die, they don't wear helmets, live free or die.
I don't think Pennsylvania is either. I think you can go helmetless in PA.
I'm of the opinion you only get one of these, I've got two of these. I've got two legs. I stretch at a pinch, you can afford to lose one and still operate, But if you lose that, it's game's a bogey, it's over, isn't it? So I say wear the helmet. And if you wear one of those half-face helmets, I think you look cool anyway, so you're all right, But DGR day, I'm up for a challenge. I don't go out there riding my motorcycle with a mentality that I'm going to come off. And I think that's a key when you're riding motorcycles. Don't think there's disaster around every corner, because you're going to welcome it,
Right.
Keep it at the back of your head,
Right.
The motorcycle ride that I was talking about there is the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. We ride to raise awareness for men's mental health issues and prostate cancer awareness. And if there was ever a charity out there that men should get behind, it's that one.